There's been some pretty big events over the past couple of years or even 6 months that have led to a very interesting housing market. I thought it would be important just to kind of build some perspective on all of these events that are out there to help you homeowners who are out there looking for a house, first-time home buyers, young families. You're looking to upgrade, just so you kind of know and you can make sure that you're making educated decisions on your next adventure in your housing purchase process. So, I mean, if we back up a little bit, we've gone through COVID, right? We've seen the material shortages. The cost of lumber has skyrocketed. I mean, we went from a sheet of OSB being like $10 for a sheet all the way up to like $80, and then now I think it's dropped to, I haven't checked, I'm going to say I think it's like $25 a sheet. So, I mean, prices just in lumber alone have gone up. You have material shortages. I mean, it's taking, where we're at, I mean, it can take up to 2 or 3 months to get a window. And so what does that do, right? I mean, the cost of the house goes up. And then if you were like a lot of families out there in the COVID realm, maybe you went and bought a toy because you wanted something to do. You were going nuts, so you bought the boat, you bought the RV, maybe you bought a flashy car or something. So you have this additional financial burden. But yet you want to buy this house. You want to buy your first house, and the cost of this house has gone up. The amount of houses has gone down. Right? There's a housing shortage, and so what you're doing is you're getting contractors that are building apartments. They're not building houses because there's a housing shortage. So they can build apartments, they can rent them, but that doesn't help out the family who wants to buy a house. Right? They're still having these bidding wars. And they're just not being able to get in and play the game, right? Is to get that house, that first house, that place to grow and start a family. And that's a problem. And that's just kind of going through COVID. And then we get to, just up to 6 months ago, we had record low interest rates. And now the rates have gone up over 6. They've gone back down, like, I think in the mid 5s. I don't know if the government knows what they're doing as far as are they raising them, are they lowering them, which makes it unstable as well, right? You want to get in on a low interest rate. Even a 0.25% rise in interest rate can decide whether or not you can afford to buy a house or not afford, or whether or not you should buy or rent, right? Because you don't want to overbuy and then put yourself in a hole. So you've got interest rates, you got the war in Ukraine, which is not good for anybody, and my heart goes out to everybody over there. And but what that does, though, is Ukraine itself is now not able to produce materials and goods that it normally does. And Russia themselves, whatever they produce for goods and materials, those resources are also going to their desires, and on the war side of things. So those goods are not being moved around the world like they should be, which creates additional shortages. And then now, gas. Everybody knows about gas. I mean, it's all over the place, right? And we went from having affordable gas to being like, what the heck is going on? It's over doubled where we're at. If you're in California, I think it's like up over $7 a gallon. That's absolutely insane to think that. And not only just for ourselves, right? Not just for you as a family or as a person that's putting gas in your car, but every material that's out there that goes into building that house that you then go and buy, it takes gas to get it there, right? Whether or not it's come across an ocean and needs gas, or it's been transported on a train or a truck or whatever it is, it takes gas. Well, the cost to move those goods goes up, which then greatly increases the cost of the house. So where are we at then, right? You're out there, like myself, I want to upgrade our house. I know our family's eventually going to grow out of it. I don't have to do it tomorrow. I don't have to do it in the next 6 months or even a year. But it would be nice to be able to upgrade our house and move into something that we can grow into, because we're eventually going to grow out of our house. But we're not going to sell it. I don't want to give up my 3% interest rate to go buy a house that's more money and at a higher interest rate. It just doesn't make sense to do that. It would put myself in a weird financial situation to do it. And so now I have to play the waiting game. And now my house doesn't get to come out on the market for someone else to buy. I would tell you, as far as the housing market is concerned, I have no idea where it's going to go, right? But I want to put those perspectives out there that all of these things that have taken place have made the housing market very volatile. A lot of the experts that I talk to when I'm out doing inspections, real estate agents, contractors, they all say that the housing market in 2023 is going to be vastly different than what it is right now. What does that mean? I don't know. I have no idea. In my perfect world, I would love to see the rates drop again and even the value of houses drop. So then those first-time home buyers can hop in there and they can start to play the game and they can get involved and they can start to create that movement, right? And they get into that house that they're looking for, and then it's going to help everybody else move around and move up, and it'll keep things going. Right now, I'm starting to see the cost of houses go down, or the sale price, right? You go online, you look at houses for sale, and instead of bidding wars, you're starting to see the price drop. What does that mean? I don't know. Does that mean that people just quit buying? I assume so. Rates have gone up. People are going to quit buying, just like myself. And we're just going to sit still. Okay. Now, sometimes you've got to move. You don't have a choice. Maybe your job relocates you. Well, now you might decide, well, maybe I'm going to rent instead of buy. Okay. Well, now you've all of a sudden become a renter and not a buyer. And that kind of stuff, I believe, is kind of happening all over the country. And you're seeing all this weird fluctuation. So again, I suggest lean on your financial advisors, lean on your real estate agents, lean on your experts on what to do, but just don't put yourself in a situation where you can end up upside down. Don't end up in the 2008 realm where you bought at your max and then all of a sudden, the value of your house has gone down. You don't have the equity in it anymore. And now you're just kind of holding on, hoping gas prices don't go up more so that you can continue to make your payment. It's in a very movable market right now, right? It's it's fluctuating a lot. And so my suggestion is just be patient, wait and see. I wish you luck out there if you're house hunting. But just kind of know all the different parameters that are out there that are causing the housing market to be in flux a little bit. My name is Ben with Building Code Tips, and I hope I'm helping you out a little bit out there, keeping you moving. If you do have a house, or you're looking to get into one, or maybe a fixer-upper, maybe that's what you can get into, you can definitely check out buildingcodetips.com. I have all kinds of construction guides in there, and code guides to help you through building code questions and construction tips. The ultimate goal is to help homeowners, do-it-yourselfers, get through the projects and get into that house and enjoy the living style that they're looking for.